What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today, in the world of indie games. It is a very fortuitous day because a game that we helped launch here at the Nerd Castle and a game that I've been following for a very, very long time just hit 1.0. It's a little title that we featured before called Zero Sievert, and today we're going to take a look at the game for about 30 minutes, and we're going to see if it's something that suits your fancy or if it's one of those games that you would rather not play. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. You can check that out there. You can also find a link to my Discord, my Twitch stream, and other associated links down there in the description. But what is Zero Sievert? At its core, Zero Sievert is basically Escape from Tarkov, but from a top-down Enter the Gungeon chibi universe, where you are moving into a stalker-like zone full of anomalies, radiation, bandits, monsters, all that kind of stuff, and you're trying to extract as much loot as possible without getting yourself murked. The game has had a long path to 1.0. I've played it pretty frequently in between updates. I don't know how many hours I'm up to with Zero Sievert. I'm up to about 65 hours played with Zero Sievert, so I feel like I'm fairly well qualified to introduce you guys to the game and get you started just in case it was something you wanted to play, but the game is now officially in 1.0 and for all intents and purposes done, although I hope the developer will continue to support it, so let's dive straight on into this thing. So this is the base, and this is where you're going to start out inside the confines of the game. You're basically going to start out with a t-shirt, some jeans, and not a whole lot left to work with, and a number of basic starter missions that are going to get you some basic gear so that you get a little bit stronger along the way. But as you play the game, you're going to be building up base facilities over here that allow you to do various aspects of crafting, ammo manufacturing, med synthesis, all that kind of fun stuff. And then, of course, there's the factions that live inside the bunker here. You will be dealing and trading with them as well as you go through the game. They're the loners, the scientists, the Crimson Corporation, and the military. And so right now I've got a number of jobs that I need to take care of inside the context of the game, so I should probably bang that out before too long so that I don't get myself into trouble. So I do have a rescue mission to go out and find some guys in the swamp, so I think that's what I'll probably do. I don't know where they're at or how this is going to go for me, but let's go check out the swamp and kind of see what's bumping around out here and see if we can recover this team that went missing. This is a dangerous zone to be in, and I don't have a particularly enormous amount of ammunition, so we might have to cut this one short. It says they were over here, so let's just follow the road. So the zone is populated by all kinds of nasty stuff when you're playing through this game. Laser on. You're going to want to have lots of heavy equipment to get rid of them. There's a bunch of ghouls down there. Alright, let me see if I can snipe out the ghouls. XP is XP. You do level up in this game. You have various skills that level up Bethesda style. So as you use them, you get better at it. And then every single time a weapon type levels up, you end up getting yourself a perk for that weapon that only applies when you're wielding that class of weapon. Another ghoul right there. Your character also has a generalized level that you play around with that gives you more generalized perks that specialize the way that your character operates outside of a combat capacity, i.e. carrying items, how long your stomach stays full, all that kind of fun stuff. Thus far, I have found that most of the perks are pretty satisfying, and I haven't really hated most of them. I've enjoyed developing my character, and we'll take a look at that menu in just a little bit, but right now we've got our mind on the prize. We're trying to rescue these guys, even though we don't know exactly where they're at. Give me my 2 ammos back. We can run into xenomorphs out here in the swamp, and xenomorphs are, oh my god. I have no idea what the hell that thing is. Never seen one of those before. Okay, let's bandage up, and we'll survey the damage. I have no idea what that is. I'm guessing this quest is introducing that monster. As far as enemy variety goes, the game has a decent amount of enemy variety. It's a big. Okay, I have heard rumors of the big. He didn't drop anything good, though, in exchange for all that ammo I just dumped him with. So that's kind of a bummer. How bad did he shred my armor? Oh, not that terrible. We're all right. We're still up in this thing. If we're going up against critters, I need hollow point rounds, because we would have killed them twice as fast with hollow points. They do like double damage to anything that's not armored, because you have like flesh damage in this game and you have armor damage, and then you also have like a penetration factor. Oh, these guys didn't make it. Well, we found the missing group. And I'm guessing that big old ridiculous bear thing is exactly what done did it. Although he didn't seem that nasty to me. Like, he went down pretty quickly. Is there anything else in the swamp to investigate? I haven't played this zone a ton inside the current build. But the 1.0 has been really satisfying so far. I've been enjoying it like hell. I think I've probably put about 12 or 15 hours into it in my free time. And as you can imagine, going through 20 games a week, my free time is incredibly constrained. We need to swap ammo types to armor piercing. This guy right here is going to be an issue. Okay, we got him. I don't want to trigger those ghouls, but the ghouls are investigating, so it's too late. Reload with hollow points. And we'll check that guy's gear because it looks like he was carrying some pretty good stuff. Ghoul in the brush is down, and let's see what this guy had in his pockets. He had a level 4 armor, but it's pretty shredded from me shooting him with armor-piercing rounds. He's got a sterilized bandage that I'll take, and then he's got himself a P90 over here. That's a valuable little piece of kit, and it looks like he's rocking armor-piercing. It's got black tips on it, so I'm assuming he's running armor-piercing rounds. So he might be able to get a little bit of money out of those. Drop the ghoul. Another one over here. How close am I to my target? Got him. All right. I'm reasonably radiation shielded because if you've ever played anything before like Stalker, you will instantly understand a lot of the references inside of this game. It's really just a combination of Stalker, Enter the Gungeon, and Escape from Tarkov. Those are like the 3 points. Ooh. Okay. Somebody got the big hardware over here. Let's have a look. Looks like bandits. Oh, he got me with the Mosin shot. Okay, fall back. Oh, he's still shooting at me? He must have a scope. Sometimes enemies can bomb on you from really far away on the map, so be forewarned. I need to use a med kit. I also need to hotkey up some more med kits. We're going to have to kind of get... Oh, God! Okay. Oh, there's 2 snipers. Oh, dude, they got like a tag team sniper thing going on. I'm bleeding right now. I got to med kit up. Sometimes they push you hella hard while you're healing. I hear him. I don't know if he just bailed. I was hearing him walk around for a minute, but I don't hear him right now. So I'm just going to loot his buddies, and then we'll go investigate this camp real quick just to see if it has anything that I'm excited about. So he had hollow points. We got this guy over here with the snipies. There he is. Oh my God, scared the hell out of me. That guy repositioned like crazy. One thing I have noticed is that in the 1.0 version of this game, dude, the AI has been much improved. The AI does smart things and they communicate with each other. So for example, one guy will hold the angle and he'll just sit here and watch you, and then his buddy will start flanking around the sides and finding another path. One guy might try to slice the pie here, but fall back super quick when you attack, hoping that he'll bait you to come down to here and get checkmated by the guy on the left. Like, they do things pretty frequently that surprise me with the sophistication of the AI, and given the relative difficulty of programming any kind of AI that behaves in a realistic or tactical way when it comes to game design, like, that's a considerable chunk of resources for a developer to go through. AI is probably one of the hardest things to get right in a game. I've been surprised by the amount of times I've been outsmarted by random little bandits on the map. That's a very, very nice gun, so we'll take that so that we can sell it. Doesn't look like there's anything else inside of here. This place might already be looted. Occasionally what will happen is some of the locations will already be looted on the map when you come in, so there will be items missing from the overall grid and array. Looks like we got 2 safes over here. I don't know what that thing is. What is that? I don't know if I want to touch it or not. We've got like 600 rubles worth of cash and a silver bracelet. This one over here, it's got a Rolex, and it's got like another 300 bucks inside of it. Is it like a hatch? Must be. I don't know what we're going to run into inside of here. Ghouls, maybe? How's my ammo supply looking? Because I only brought like 8 reloads with me on this one. I've got roughly... Oh, well, I've been shooting my armor piercers, haven't I? That's why. I was going to say, why do I have so much steel core ammo right now? So he's on my right. So this goes down to like an old dilapidated sewer system. Interesting. The rats you do have to kill, by the way. Rats are highly irradiated. That's a rat right there that's roughly the size of a pit bull. So you kind of want to take those out. They can be a little aggressive. I'm not seeing any spicy loot nodes over here just yet. But this might be a quest for another time. So we've got evidence of... I was going to say, we got evidence of spiders over here. I don't even know where that spider came from. It looks like he came from my flank down and inside of here. Maybe he saw me across the river. I bet you that's what happened. He saw me across the river, and that's the only way he could path. Monsters in general do not have the AI that human characters have in this game. Monsters just try to close the gap with the shortest possible path. Can I loot these? No. I was going to say, it sounded like he was close, so I was ready to, like, squeeze it when I came around the corner. We got something right here, an attachment box with a whole bunch of gun parts in it. A 5.7 suppressor. That's pretty spicy. Never seen one of those before, dude. You're going to have to pay a lot of money to run that gun, though. 5.7's expensive. 5.7 in real life is one of those bullets that, like, it's a sick bullet, dude. Like, it's got a Spitzer tip, man. I got to eat, too, and drink. Let me drink a juice real quick, because, you know, a little bit of tactical orange juice can go a long way inside a situation like this for keeping morale up. Also, just to complete the, like, I'm wearing a gas mask right now. I really hate myself, therefore, I'm going to go ahead and eat a can of tuna right before I put my gas mask back on, because I like to live dangerously. Okay, so we knocked out everything over there. We're no longer flanked, so now I can push in this direction without having to worry about things coming up behind me. Get the rata right there. Get the spider, arañas, y ratas. Okay, we'll get them all. Oh, bad time to reload. Ow! It hurt so much! I need a med kit. I don't have a med kit. Okay, we should probably ditch out on this endeavor then, because we do have a completed quest right now, and if we die, the quest goes uncompleted. And so let's move up to the top. This game does have highly customizable difficulty, so you can change the settings around to do whatever you want it to do. If you want to have easy peasy baby mode, where you never take damage ever, and you're just having a good time power fantasying on out and murdering everything with gigantic hails of gunfire, you can do that. This game allows it. If you want to make it so that you drop all your gear every single time that you die, and you drop everything in your inventory every single time you die, you can do that. If you want to make the enemies way more deadly, you can do that. At the beginning of the game, there's a giant menu that you can configure for how far you want the game to go when it comes to difficulty. And then from there, it's also got a couple of presets that you can mess around with. So the extraction points are to the south and to the north. We got to get to these green spots to get off the map. We're pretty beat up right now. My white bandages give me like 10 HP back and get rid of a bleed, so I'm going to run that real quick. I've got more white bandages right here. So I'll get a piece of my HP back before we start our trek back to our evac zone. But we did get the quest done, so that'll be good. That'll give us a big chunk of reputation, I think, with the Crimson Corporation, I think is who that quest is from. I don't recall. I recorded this video last week, and I had a bunch of complaints about the game because the initial 1.0 release was actually pretty rough, not on a technical level, but on a balance level. This time around, though, before I could get the video uploaded, they patched and they fixed basically all of my complaints within a couple of days, and so I got to re-record the video, and so that's what I'm doing right now. We've got a TR-15 muzzle brake. We've got a TR-15 extendo mag. That's pretty spicy. I would take that. Standard grips inside of there. You can do gun build. Something killed everything that was here. This was a bandit base. He might have a med kit. I'm going to go through his stuff real fast. No med kits to be seen. Are there any more deadens around here? I don't see any bodies. I'm going to kill my flashlight real quick. I can't go inside the church. Med box, you got anything good? A purple med kit. a purple med kit is pretty good. It's one of the better med kits, so I'll take it. I was expecting there to be a lot more resistance at the bandit camp. But so far, nothing too scary. I'm kind of worried we're going to run into one of those bigs again, though, dude. That thing was gnarly. That was a gnar monster, dude. A hidden stash right here that I can loot. It's got a hamburger. Who doesn't love a cheeseburger that they found in a hole in the ground? That right there is optimal cheeseburger consumption conditions right there. Listen, if you're hungry enough, you'll eat it. Let's get off the map. We'll tabulate our XP, and then we'll turn in our quest. We'll buy some more ammo, but I got to sleep for the night. So, ooh, we got banger XP right there. That's good. That means I can show you what the level up system looks like, which you guys will probably be interested in. So when you level up, there's a bunch of different menus over here. We've got our quest done right there. And on this side, I've got 2 perk points. So every single time your general character levels up, you get perks. Right now, I've got Stalker. It slows down the rate at which I gain radiation. And it also decreases the amount of damage I take from anomalies, because I just couldn't stop stepping on the damn things. They were constantly getting me in trouble. I've got big hands. That means if I keep an empty weapon slot, I can carry 10 kilograms more weight capacity, and I move faster. I'm doe-eyed, so it increased the size of my vision cone from, I think, like 80 to 110. I've got mule, so I can carry more weight, and it allows me to move at a slow walk even when I'm ridiculously over-encumbered. I'm big-boned, so that gets rid of the weight penalty for my armor, and then I'm also a loot goblin, which makes me loot twice as, well, 50% faster. We've got 2 points to spend right here. You have free running if the weight you're carrying is under 50% of your maximum. That's nice. I'll take that. And then this batch right here, I can use pills faster. I move faster when I don't have a weapon in my hand. If my health drops below there, I get a burst of speed. It's not going to matter. When your health gets down that low, you usually die instantly anyways. And halves the durability loss of weapons and armor. Hell yeah. I'll take that right this second. So a pretty successful level up for us. On top of that, they've got rid of the old system that existed. So you'll remember in the old system, you had vitality, endurance, strength, all that kind of stuff. That's gone now. And you have specializations in weapons. We leveled up our rifle on that last run. So you can see that I've got less recoil, more accuracy, more range. And then on top of that, when you get to the yellow pips, you get a perk for your gun, just like you get for your character, but it's going to be specially designed to benefit this weapon. So in the case of the assault rifle, I took improvised sniper. That allows me to increase my range if I aim at the enemy for 1 second or longer on a long shot. I've also got impaler, so hitting an enemy decreases its speed by 30% for 1 second. Very nice for monster hunting. I think you can swap these out too. Yeah, you can, and so these are interchangeable. I don't know if you can do that with your other abilities. You cannot, and so your player ones are permanent, but you can reset them, and then your weapon ones, you can respec them as you desire to do so. I've also got my reputation with all the factions inside of here. Most of them are tolerant of me. The loners love me. These guys are on the upper end of neutral. And then scientists are getting there as well. Getting those numbers up is going to increase the amount of stuff that they carry inside their inventory, so it'll unlock more advanced gear and things that you can play around with. I'm going to get healed while I'm over here, and I also need to buy a couple of med kits before we go out again. I'm going to sell off all the extra thingies that I have laying around just for a quick paycheck. I didn't really loot that much on that run because we were kind of just there to figure out where those dead guys were at, but that should be fine. Does my armor need repairs? My armor does need repairs, but I've already got a kit on me, so that'll take it up to 98%. My gun needed repairs, but it's now up to 97% durability, so we should be in good shape. Letting your weapons and your armor go down to low durability makes them less effective, and in the case of your weapons, it will make it so that you pretty frequently get weapon jams that you're going to have to clear randomly while you're in the middle of a firefight. I'm going to catch a nap, and I'll see you in the morning. So the quest was actually for the Green Army here. I was looking around in the morning to see if I could get it fixed up. This guy right here, damn, our scout team's got attacked. Yeah, they're dead, bro. They're super dead. But he is giving me a pretty good bonus for this. I'll probably take 1 green med kit. It's not a great reward, but it's fine. They were all torn apart then. It was a big. Another team just spawned one in the swamp. I don't want to risk any more men, so the job is yours. Okay. The rewards are not super great, but I'll take it. I mean, if I'm out there in that region, I'll give it a go. I could probably pack some hollow points with me to make that fight go a little bit better, but that guy ran up on me aggressively enough that I'm a little bit worried about it. I'm going to buy some ammo before we go back out. There's a large selection of weapons and ammo you can buy from all of these characters. So in general, the loners just kind of have makeshift army surplus stuff like AK-74s, AKMs, over-unders, you know, pump shotguns, things of that nature. The Green Army tends to have military spec Russian stuff, so they'll have cooler versions of the AK like the EC-15. They will have the Groza. They'll have a bunch of Russian weapons that are high market value, and then the Crimson Corporation is all the American weapons. So if you wanted to run 5.7, if you wanted to run 5.56, if you wanted to run .51, they're the ones that have all of those guns, but they can get really, really pricey. And honestly, this EC-15 is possibly the best AKM in the game, and so it's a pretty slim chance that I'm going to have to swap out this gun. Since we're going monster hunting, I'm going to stock up on hollow point rounds, just in case I end up needing another little stack. I do have another quest to recover some equipment from the forest before we go after another big, so I'll probably try to do that. The forest is the starter zone, but an interesting twist on this game is that there's level scaling. So as you get stronger, the enemy gets stronger. It's not super aggressive level scaling. You will still come across enemies that are wielding sort of weak stuff that's around, but the random hunters and other opposition you come against that are actually formalized troops from militaries and whatnot will be way stronger, because the game assumes that as you've been leveling up... Oof, wolves, huh? Okay, got that one. Are there any more wolves over there? I think I got all four, so we should be alright. Were they eating somebody down here? There's a boar right there. We'll go ahead and tap him out real quick as well, just to make sure he's out of the way. XP is XP. I usually don't, when I have lots of ammo, I usually don't bypass on fighting anything. We're going to need to be careful inside the forest. It looks like, actually, the Crimson Corporation is over here, and they shouldn't care that much. So that's good. That means that whatever happened to this guy's buddy happened because of the other faction, and since I'm friendly with them, they don't really particularly care that I'm about to walk up and take the objective. If I wasn't friendly with these guys, and it took some doing to get friendly with these guys, we would have problems, and they'd be opening fire on us, and they tend to have really good equipment compared to everybody else. But while we're in the neighborhood, let's go hit the lumber camp, because we're already here. And so the lumber camp will give us a nice docket of loot to go through to make sure that this trip ends up profitable. Since the last time I played the game, they overhauled the lumber camp, so it's completely different than it used to be. What kind of rounds am I firing? PS rounds? That'll be good enough for bandits. Although there may be a couple of snipers over here that we have to deal with, and snipers are always the big threat in this game. He got me once, but my armor looks like it rickied it. They're pushing up on this truck right here, so we're going to want to get back, because he's got, I think, a bison, and he had a little snubby 74U. We'll come back and check these bodies in just a minute, because there's more of them in here. There's special bandits around that are stronger than... Oh, there's already a fight happening. We're going to want to cap... Oh, okay. All right. Yep. Somebody with a big boomer over there. Let me go ahead and medkit on up. Got him. Move up behind cover. Got him while he was caught lacking when it was cracking, man. He knew there was an enemy around, and my bro tried to drink a soda real quick. Are there any more of them over here? Sometimes there's one back in this little corner. I'm trying to count the red bandits, because the red bandits, there's like 4 of them inside of here, and they're the ones that have armor-piercing rounds and other crazy stuff that need to be dealt with post-haste. I think we're looking okay, so let's go through our bodies and see if we got anything awesome over here that we want to take back with us. He's got PS rounds, but they're for the AK-74. I need AKM rounds, so I need .39. He's got a watch, and he's got some drugs on him. Drugs, so... Oh, there's one right there. But he's got a shotgun, so I've got him outranged. Silver bracelet right there. That's good stuff. That'll sell. I think I need light bulbs for something that I'm building back in base, but I don't remember. Does the toolbox... It's got nails. I'll grab some nails just in case I end up needing those too. This guy have anything? What's he got rocking along? He's got white bandages. I can always use more white bandages. He's got a gun that's got an optic on it, but, like, the optic doesn't justify carrying the gun around with me. Get another stack of nails right there. Some paint, some pipes, some nuts and bolts. Already got that guy. Hey, buddy. What are you doing just sitting over here with your mouth all wide, breathing through it? Apparently getting shot in the face is the answer to that question. Keep sweeping. White bandage, a gold chain. I'll take that. He's got an SKS, so he's got a Simonov right there. I have one of those in real life. Although it's one of the crappy Narenko ones. That's the best that I could get. Ooh, it's not a very nice gun, but it's got a really nice optic on it, so I'll take that with the Bravo sight or whatever that is. What else we got going on over here? Another med kit. Take that for surely. Don't really want the Mosin. I'll take the pineapple grenade. That's good. I always need more grenades. Grenades are actually really effective in the current build of the game. I'm very happy with where grenades are. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Oh, that's a bad time to reload. Spray down the hallway. There was another one back here. Oh my god. Okay, back outside. We got a bandage up. Took a couple scuffings right there. There was more of them than I expected. And we gave them the perfect target to shoot at, too. Let me get this med kit. We'll run that real quick. How bad's my armor? Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm in the habit of checking my armor frequently because... Okay. Oh, that little guy right there, dude. He wheeled on me when I went up to get that guy. A week ago, your armor basically broke instantly. The 1.0 version of this game, your armor broke in like 2 or 3 bullets, and it was a huge headache. I was carrying around all kinds of repair kits with me just to get through a mission, and that was one of my complaints, but they fixed that. Your armor actually, they basically doubled the durability of your armor, and they changed around the equation for whether it penetrates or whether it bounces, and now your armor lasts a long time. It'll actually make it through 1 or 2 missions before you need to throw a couple kits at it, and you're not probably going to have to do it in mission unless you get hit with an armor-piercing round. What did this guy have going on? This guy is from one of the other factions, so he might have something nice. He was rocking with the SVT, I guess, which is basically a semi-automatic Mosin. It's a pretty nasty gun. I've been wanting to pick one of those up, too, in real life. But I've got a Narenko SKS. It's in the gun safe right now. It kind of rattles a lot, but it works. Oh, he had armor-piercing rounds. Okay. Well, let me get all your armor-piercing rounds. Sometimes you do get merge errors with the inventory where one item will be on top of another item's cell, but you can fix it just by moving it out of the way. It's not game-breaking or anything, but it is a little bit of software gore that you'll want to watch out for if you're planning on purchasing this game inside the 1.0 build. I think we're about full up on loot. There's only a few more things for me to pick up in here before it's time for us to head to the evac. But my closing thoughts about the 1.0. This is a really good survival RPG that if you are into things like Escape from Tarkov, I would say that this is probably the single-player Tarkov game to beat right now when it comes to games on Steam. There's a number of them out there that you can play around with, but this is the only one that's made it to 1.0 and has like a full gameplay loop for you to interact with. And so that's what puts this one on top of the pile for me, where the game is officially done now for prospective buyers. This is no longer an early access, and everything seems to be well done from what I've seen so far. You will come across the occasional inventory bug, but aside from that, if you're looking for a single-player Tarkov experience and you don't mind the shift from a first-person perspective over to a top-down chibi perspective, and you don't hate the art style, this game is a solid pick where it sits right now. There's a lot of stuff to do, there's a lot of stuff to craft, there's a lot of quests, there's a lot of storyline, there's a lot of guys throwing grenades at me as of right now. And so it's an easy recommend. I like where the game is at. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were given one final look to Zero Sievert, which is a game that actually the developer allowed us to exclusively debut. So I thought, you know, as a passing phrase, I'll go ahead and do him a solid, and I'll give him a closing video on that, even though we've covered it a number of times before. In my opinion, the game is in the best condition that it's ever been at. So if you played this game or you already own it and you haven't taken the time to jump into the 1.0 version, this is the quintessential version of it. The only thing that I've seen so far that bugs out is pretty much the inventory thing in the 10 or 12 hours that I've played. Other than that, all the complaints that I had when I recorded this video last week, the developer went through and fixed them all in a giant patch, which means that he's still listening and he's still fixing stuff that people find abrasive. I do think that some enemies can shoot at you from too far off screen, too accurately from time to time, but I don't know how you fix that without removing all threat from the game and removing all of the benefit of scopes from the game. So it's not really a complaint, it's an observation. It may be a little bit annoying getting shot from off camera if that's the kind of thing that twists your titties. But for right now, I like the game a lot, and I've put a ton of hours into it in preparation for this video. So I'll see y'all later. I guess that was a weird dramatic pause right there. I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, folks.